Good morning, everybody. This is Pastor Cooper, and thank you for joining us for episode 4 of Hanging with Pastor Cooper. We're going to continue our readings today in our Jesus Storybook Bible. I just want to show you guys, this is what our Bible looks like. So if you want to go buy it and you want to read it and follow along with us, this is what our Jesus Storybook Bible looks like, and this is what I'm reading from. So I love this Bible. It's one of my favorite kids' Bibles because it talks about Jesus is through the entire story of the Bible, how it's all one big giant meta narrative, how it's all one story and God's the main character. And just how we talk about the big God story on Sunday mornings, this Bible talks to us about the big God story and how Jesus falls in every piece of it. So I thank you guys for joining in with us, and we'll get started on our part 4, and it is called A Giant Staircase to Heaven. All right, so here we go. It's based on the Tower of Babel from Genesis chapter 11, if you want to read it in your Bible afterwards. Here we go. Noah and his family lived in the land, and his children had children. And those children had more children. Then those children had even more. Well, you get the picture. Until there were lots of people on the earth once more. Now, back then, everyone spoke exactly the same language. So you didn't have to learn Swahili or Japanese or anything, because you could just say, hello, and everybody knew what you meant. One day, everyone was talking, and they came up with an idea to build themselves a beautiful city to live in. It can be our home, and we'll be safe forever and ever. They had another idea as well. Let's build a really tall tower to reach up to heaven. As you can see, they got their ladders and their building blocks. And so they said, yes, we'll say, look at us up here, and everyone will look up at us, and we'll look down on them. And then we'll know that we are something. We'll be just like God. We'll be famous and safe and happy, and everything will be all right. So they got to work, brick by brick. The tower grew higher and higher until it soared above the sky, touching the sky. They built stairs in the tower to climb to the top, and it was like a giant staircase to heaven. Look, they cheered, we're the ones! See what we can do with our very own hands? They were quite pleased with themselves, but God wasn't pleased with them. God could see what they were doing. They were trying to live without him, but God knew that wouldn't make them happy or safe or anything if they kept on like this. They would only destroy themselves, and God loved them too much to let that happen. So he stopped their plans. What happens next? I don't know. Here we go. One morning they went to work as usual, but everything was different. Their words were all new and funny. You see, God had given each person a completely different language. That meant one spoke Spanish, one spoke Japanese, one spoke Hebrew, one spoke English, they spoke all these different languages. All right? And so suddenly nobody understood what anyone else was saying. Someone would say, how do you do? And the other person thought they said, how ugly are you? It wasn't funny. They could be saying something nice, such as, such a lovely morning, and get punched in the nose because they thought you said, hush up, you're boring. You couldn't even say pardon to check if you had heard right because no one understood a word either. It wasn't easy to work together after that, as you can only imagine. People were always quarreling and fighting and getting in a dreadful muddle and becoming grumpier and grumpier. Ugh! Until at last they were all too cross to keep building, and they just had to stop. Cross is a fancy word for angry. Hey, look, he hit him on the head. That's not funny, but it kind of is. So, after that, people scattered all over the world, which is how we end up with so many different languages to this day. You see, God knew, however high they reached, however hard they tried, people could never get back to heaven by themselves. People didn't need a staircase, they needed a redeemer. They needed a rescuer, because the way back to heaven wasn't a staircase, it was a person. People could never reach up to heaven, so heaven would have to come down to them. And one day, it would. The end. That's our next story. That's what we'll be reading tomorrow. So thank you all for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed our story, and I look forward to reaching out to you tomorrow. Now, for our challenge today, I would love you guys to build a tower of some sort. It can be Legos, it could be blocks, it can be paper, playing cards, it can be whatever you want. I want you, with your parents' permission, to post a picture or a video of you guys building that on our Meadowbrook Kids page, or Meadowbrook Parents page, and I would love to see what you guys are doing. I have a $10 Chick-fil-A gift card for the best tower that is built, and I will deliver that to you this week, probably tomorrow, whoever does the best one by today. So you guys have until 3 o'clock to build that tower, 3 p.m., and then I will see whoever's posted their best tower at 3 p.m. today on Thursday. It is March 19th, and whoever has the best one gets a $10 gift card to Chick-fil-A. You guys can go through the drive-thru, get a nice sandwich or a meal, and it's just my blessing for you guys. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Have a great day. Bye.